guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mercy. I'm a BSN RN, and on this channel I talk about nursing, lifestyle, beauty, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you would like to join my family, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and also hit the bell notification button right next to the subscribe button so you'll never miss another video from me again. Today's video is going to be a little bit emotional for me just because it is a topic that is heavy on my mind. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So guys, as a lot of you know, I just gave birth to a baby girl. She's 2 months old now, and I kind of have to return to work. Just to give a little backstory, before I became pregnant, I was working a lot. I had 2 full-time jobs, working in the hospital and working home health. So I used to do shift work in home health, and I also used to do some visits. And then I was working my full-time job at the hospital. So before I became pregnant, all of that was fine and dandy. And then I fell pregnant. And then I had a lot of stuff happening while I was pregnant. My pregnancy was very, very complicated. Not a lot of people know this. But I'm finally getting strong enough to talk about it. So my pregnancy was very, very complicated, and so I had to stop work very early, especially my hospital job, because at the time I was working Mercyg. And if you know anything about Mercyg, it's basically you running around all day. You hit the ground running and you don't stop until the end of your shift. So me having a lot of complications, it was hard for me to keep up with something like that. So I decided to leave that position for a while, and so I continued with my home health position just because it's less physical, and I was able to schedule myself to where it was flexible enough to where if I was sick, I would stay home, and if I was feeling better, I would go and do all my hours, like my visits or my shift work. So I'm gonna do another video about my pregnancy journey. As I said, I'm just now getting comfortable talking about it, but it was a very, 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 very scary and very hard journey. So anyways, fast forward, I've had the baby. I've been with her for the past 2 months. Her dad went back to work when she was a month old, but she and I have been home ever since I've had her. Basically, being a new mom is very, very stressful, especially being a first-time mom. You are learning. You're learning everything about having a baby and taking care of a baby and being a mother and taking care of yourself, and also trying to maintain a regular lifestyle. And then being a working mom, you have to fit all of that in. This is very emotional for me because I've always been used to being a go person. There was a time when I used to work over 60 hours a week, and I had a side hustle doing hair, makeup, and wigs and stuff like that. And I was also in school full-time. I don't know how I did it. Now, sitting down and thinking about it, it sounds crazy to me and it looks crazy to me, and I don't know how I did it, but I was able to do it and, you know, succeed at it, I guess. But having a baby is different. That's another human that you have to take care of. That's another human that is 100% dependent on you, and so you have to make a lot of adjustment. And working at the hospital, it's great, but it's very, very stressful, because if any of you work in the hospital, you know that the hospital is always short-staffed. So you're usually doing a lot more than you should do, and coming from home and not sleeping throughout the night because you have a baby that needs care, and then going into an environment where you have no time to rest at all, that's just not great for my health. So I decided to give up my hospital position. I decided to give up my hospital position as of now, and I'm gonna go and do my home health position. The reason I'm doing my home health position is because home health is very flexible for me, so I can take care of the baby during the day when her dad is at work, and when he comes home, then I can turn her over to him, and then I can pick up a few hours here and there, whether it's through visits or a short shift, and then come home in time to give her dad a break so that he can also rest and be ready for work in the morning. And the home health position I'm taking is also going to be on the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, possibly Sunday, so that she'll always have a parent with her at all time. And the position is also a night position, so I'll spend the weekend with my family during the day, and then I'll go and work the night shift. This is emotional for me because this job has been really, really great. I've learned so much. I've become a much better nurse because of this job, because a lot of you guys found me because of a video I did about being bullied basically at my first job, and I ended up leaving that job. And I went on to find other positions, but this particular position, the environment was great. People were really, really nice. People were so sweet, and we just have become a family. And it's so hard. And they were so sweet enough to say, since you're having a difficult time with your pregnancy, go ahead and take the time off and you can return back to work when the baby is born or when you're healthy. And I was so happy because a lot of jobs don't do that. They'll give you maternity leave, but this wasn't a maternity leave. This was my manager basically understanding my condition and letting me stay home, but still keeping my position. So I was really, really grateful for that. But now that the baby is born, everything is fine. I realized that I can't do it all. I can't be a new mom and also be a full-time student and also have 2 jobs and also have a family and also be doing this YouTube thing. I can't do it all, even though I'd like to think that I can do it all. I'd like to think that I'm superwoman. But the fact is, if you do too many things, you're going to succeed at one, and you're probably going to not succeed at the rest. So I am at this point putting my baby first, just for the first few months, just to see how best I can navigate this whole situation. I'm giving up my hospital position because they need somebody. It's not fair to them. As I said before, hospitals are always short-staffed. They need people, and they were gracious enough to let me stay at home and keep my position. But I can't keep doing that. I can't say, oh, I want to figure things out, so keep holding the position for me. Me as a human, I know that they need help at the hospital on my unit. So I'm going to go ahead and give up that position so that they can hire somebody to take over and fulfill my duties, and then fall back on my home health position where it's more flexible, where I can also pick up more hours if I need to, or sign up with a lot of agencies if I need to get a lot of hours to be able to supplement my income. So I'm really sad about leaving that position, but I have to do what I have to do. I also refuse to put my baby in daycare just because I need to go and make money. Daycares are great. There are a lot of amazing daycares out there, but there are also a lot of horrible stories, especially lately, that has come up about daycare centers. And for me, being a new mom, I already have mom guilt, the fact that I'm going back to work, even though I'm barely going to be gone. But I already have a lot of guilt of leaving my baby and going to work at all. So taking her to daycare is completely out of the question. Maybe in the future, maybe down the road, but as of now, I just can't get myself or bring myself to that decision to take her to a daycare. So I will be kind of like a stay-at-home mom / working mom. And I'm a strong person, if I may say so myself. I know how to juggle a lot of things at one time. So I will do my best. We will just have to figure it out. Even if it's just for the first few months, we will have to figure it out and make it work. I do, however, plan on going back to the hospital, but this time I want to go to a different position. So I will be looking for a different position. The position I held before as a RN staff nurse was a Mercyg position. In Mercyg, I've said this before, you learn so much. In every single shift, you're going to learn so much. And I feel like I've learned a lot, and I don't mind being there. But when I go back, I want to also be able to experience other parts of nursing. So I think I might go back for a different position. So while I'm at this home health position, I'm going to be looking for a hospital position that, even if it's just a part-time position or PRN, I'm going to look for something that will keep me in the hospital speed of things, if that makes sense. But as of now, I'm going to sit back, chill, or I guess take care of the baby and just see what God has in store for us. Yeah, this is very difficult. It was very, very difficult to send in my resignation letter to my manager, because she was so nice and so sweet and letting me take the time I need, and now telling her that I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to return. It's kind of painful, and it kind of breaks my heart. It makes me feel really, really bad, because as I said, I've become a family with those people. We have grown to love and respect each other, and it's just difficult. She said that the doors were open for me if I ever wanted to go back, or if I ever needed a letter of recommendation or a reference. She would be more than willing to do that for me, which I'm so, so grateful for. So we just have to wait and see what God has in store for us. But I just think that this is the best decision for us right now, to really be there and fully be present in this baby's life. Not that taking the baby to a daycare is not being present, but I'm 100% sure if you could ask any of those parents if they had another option, anything than taking their babies somewhere else to get cared for, they would jump on that option. I have my degree by God's grace for a very, very long time. If God gives me long life and health, I will still be able to practice. I will still be able to make as much money as I need to. But these are critical times in our lives, and we just need to step back and, set our priorities and see what's more important for us. And at this point, we feel like the baby is more important. So that is why I am quitting my position at the hospital. I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop, because I've shared a lot here with you guys, and you guys know a lot about what goes on with me, and I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop so that if I'm talking about a different job, you guys are not confused. And also, I'm going to make a video about my pregnancy experience, because I'm finally comfortable with talking about it. So I'm going to make that video and share that with you guys, because at first I was like, this is a family thing, this is private, but people need to know, because whenever you're going through something, you never know who else is going through it, and it's completely clueless that somebody else is going through it. And sharing your stories and sharing your experience, I have found that it's very helpful for other people, because they too can learn from it, and they too can agree with it, or grow from it, or heal from it. So I will be making that video. Look out for that very soon. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future uploads. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm sad, but I'm happy. This is a good thing, because I'm not a homebody. I've always been a busy person, so staying at home all day every day is not for me anyways. So I'm happy that I have the ability to manage both. So yeah, so pray for me, guys. Pray for me a lot. Pray for my family so that we can get through these times. If you have any questions at all, leave them down below for me. I do my best to answer all the questions and comments that you guys have. And yeah, thank you guys so much for your love and support, and I'll see you guys in my next one.